Howdy, hey, welcome back to Pacific Northwest Gold Rushers. I'm Jeff, amateur prospector, and this is Gold Rush 21. Well, it's a good day today. Got my partner, which is why it's Gold Rushers, Rich. You can tell he's got his loose, baggy sweatpants on. I was hoping for spandex, but I'll tell you one thing, it's always good to have him. He's like a brother to me. But we're back and we're going to chase the larger nuggets today. His back is finally getting better. So I finally got my wash plant operator. So we upgraded the wash plant. And we're going to run the same as we did. But I've always wanted to make sure that this is catching all the gold. So I'm actually feeding it into my backpacking sluice. And then into the bucket. And then, of course, pump and recirc. So what we're hoping to do here is when we get tired, we can just shut it off. And most of the gold that this sluice catches is going to be up there. So if we do want to see if we're on any gold, of course we'll still be able to see some there, but we can just clean up that top mat. We're back to the hole that I started. They didn't do much to it. The goal is Rich is going to... He's going to kind of clean the hole up a little bit, and then he'll be able to work this way, which I was planning on the last time, and then he can just roll the boulders into the old hole. You can still see even just what he's moved. Really good gravels. Those are good looking gravels, huh?
Yeah.
In there are some good looking gravels. So our goal is to find a nug, and we got another Gold Rusher protege trainee. So you remember last time he was here. This is Mark. Say hey, Mark. And last time he was running that Miracle Mat, and he also has a backpacking sluice.
Yeah, I taped up underneath because it leaked so bad. I taped here at the joints because it was just raining out there. I put a little silicone across the bottom joints and some duct tape.
Yeah.
So now it doesn't leak.
Now, I was telling him before, Rich and I, when we first started, we had this just like this. We had the riffles, the moss, and everything, and it works fantastic. We used the actual kitty litter bucket, but he's got the version that just slides in and out. Much easier to set up. But, so he's going to find him some nugs today.
We're going to do it.
Yeah. He's doing the same thing. He's going to be recircing. Where are you planning on digging, Mark?
We're going to go right in here by that stuff up there.
By his bag. He looks like he's going to be chasing right on the edge, in between these rocks here, kind of.
Yep.
So.
On your advice.
On my advice. I guess that means it's all on me if he doesn't find a nug. I told you last Sunday that some guys were down. They touched our hole, but we saw here. But even here, Mark, even Rich saw that. Right on the top there's good gravels.
That's it. That's the one I'm going to start with right here.
You see those gravels up on the top?
Right up in here and pick this
They were nice, huh?
That
Just so you know, Mark, I do charge quarter-gram nuggets if you find it. So, anyway, we're going to get things set up and running, move some dirt, and drink some hydration. Of course, that's over there. Priorities, priorities, priorities. Gold Rush 21. Howdy, hey, welcome back. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a Blue Mountain hydration break here, but we're going to walk you through what we've been doing. Actually getting some good flow here. We're moving a lot of gravels. Some of the bigger rocks. We're having problems with the slope, so we had to tilt the bucket. And so, yeah, so let me show you over here. So this is where we were last week. So I started here and going to work here. Rich is expanding my original plan over to there. All the really big nuggets are over here. And the little flower gold, little sissy stuff is over there. We're still struggling a little bit with the flow, but it's working. It's working. So we're going to do just an upper mat clean out and get some Blue Mountain hydration. Now let's go see how Mark's doing over here. So Mark, he uses a lot of the suction pump to dig his holes. Personally, I think I like classifying better because you get all these rocks washed. But as long as he's washing them in there, it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, welcome back. Battery died. So we got the new battery in. We just cleaned out just the top mat. It's only like a foot long, but that's where the majority of the big gold's going to sit. And Rich is pulling it back, and you can see we got some smaller flakes here. Nice size flake there, pretty good size flake there. And again, that was just kind of a quick pullback. You can see we still got some smaller stuff there. So that is only the top mat. So we didn't even, we really didn't run that long, but getting this thing set up and everything was took a little bit longer, and we moved some big rock just to get down to the pay dirt. So this next run's going to be a lot longer, but first we got to get some Blue Mountain in us. Gold Rush 21. Well, howdy hey, we just finished our second dig, but actually our first real push dig, and we did a full clean out, both, and we ended up with a lot more concentrates, of course. When we were looking at the test sluice that I put behind the Keen, visibly all I saw was like two real small micro dots on the indicator mat, so you can pretty much guarantee there's a few more in there, but still added to the material. And basically we needed to take a break. I'll show you the hole here in a minute, but I got it in here. We literally just started pulling back, and we got some good flakes here. Let me see if I can't do this with one hand. You can see it's just, oh yeah, Rich, there's some good ones in here too. So we got a lot of concentrates out of the two, but again, we never know until we do a full cleanup. But it's just cascading down. But after last week, we know that the flakes are bigger here. There's still some good sized garnets too. You can see that the flakes are bigger here, but and there's some small micros in there too. So we know we were catching what we dug, but you just never know until you clean it up, right, Rich? I mean, we thought we'd done some, but we both felt a lot more confident using that backup sluice just to catch the ultra fine gold. Because when we're running, we move some dirt. That's one thing I was just telling Mark. When Rich comes here, you don't have to worry about not breaking a sweat, because he'll put you to the test. And he's actually moving a lot of ground, but he's just got over the top layer there. He's undermining that boulder, so we have to move all these other rocks on it too. I'm kind of doing just working my way back to this hole and then eventually here, but you can see in here, even the small rocks are so tough to get into because they're packed in there so tight. But I found a good little pocket under that big old flat one there. And then it was on top of that one, and it was just a huge pocket of something. So if there's any nugs, Ridge, I found them. So we're going to move over here to Mark, who parked his excavator and is going with his suction dredge. And he's moving all the hell. He's got some nice flat rocks over here too, Rich. But are you gonna do a clean out after this bucket?
Yes, sir.
Look at that. So he's got good flow. So one nice thing about these, if there's any big gold, you're gonna catch them. But you know that expanded steel in that minor moss will get the rest of it too. So kind of looking forward to seeing what you get.
I'll take some pictures when I classify it at home. I'll do it.
Yeah, don't forget. Yeah, you don't ever want to get it all the way down here, because as I told you, gold floats.
Yeah,
And you saw the size of those micro dots.
Yeah, we'll get the jet dry and the blue
Yep.
bowl.
Doesn't take much. Use that Miracle Mat too.
That little small one.
Yeah, get her right down to black sand. On the other hand, you can practice your panning with it too, and have fun with it. Don't forget to save that nugget though. That's the fee. But he's in some good gravels too. Now the one thing I noticed about his gravels, they're right there, ready to go. And then he's got his compressed rocks here. So, yeah, I think we're going to do pretty good. I was going to rate his snacks, but it looks like some kind of dried fruit or something like that. Dried apples. Rich and I are.
Homemade, dehydrated.
Yeah. Rich and I stick to the little bit more traditional snacks. Let's see, what do we have? Pepperoni sticks, Blue Mountain, and he's got, I guess technically he's having some fruit. What kind of fruit is that, Rich?
It is Mango Trulies.
There we go. Not a sponsor yet. So we're going to sit and take a little bit of a break and get everything set up again. Dumping those buckets, you can see we moved a lot, but I mean, look at the amount of gravels. Just that one dig, we probably together moved more than I moved all last week. But we're into some big boulders. The flakes that you saw in the pan, they look good-sized flakes. We have some small ones too. As big a pain in the ass is to try to work these two sluices together. I feel more confident because when him and I are digging, we've actually overloaded it a couple times. So we didn't let it clean out, so that we had confidence and it worked. So we're going to take a break, and we'll get back at it. Gold Rush 21. Doing great, Rich. Keep it up, buddy. We're kicking ass. Howdy, welcome back. Well, we're running dirt again, and we're definitely loading up some gravels, and this thing, right dead center. Watch it just roll all the way down.
And if you notice, I'm doing all the digging, and he's doing all the filming.
No, we're a team. We're a team. We're a team. I was not sitting over there hydrating.
I thought we were a team.
I wasn't sleeping, I was just resting my eyes. Get back to work. But you can see we worked there. We were moving dirt so fast that it was taking so much time that we weren't even giving it a chance to clean up. But again, because we're using this backup sluice as a safety net, there's just this poor little thing just getting overwhelmed a little bit. But we're definitely getting the workout, and we're finding some good gold. We're hoping for a big payday here. So let's go over here and see how Mark's doing. Mark went ballistic, moving some boulders, got him down to the second layer now. He's classifying like a mad dog. Did you do another cleanup?
Yeah, my bucket was full. My dump bucket was full and it started to choke the pump.
Oh, nice. Well, that's a good gauge.
Yeah, it is.
So you can see he's got a good hole going here. Kind of like he was struggling to try to figure out how to get under that second layer. And I told him, I said, it's kind of almost when you get one rock moved, the other ones you got an area to start prying them loose. So he's going ballistic now. And let me see the next shovelful you do and see what kind of gravels you're in. There we go. See, look at those. Look at those. I won't show you this nug I just took. So anyway, so he's doing great here. I know Rich and I, we're only planning on mostly running like one more good run here. And yeah, look at here. You can even see the sand's still But you know, Rich, I'll tell you, we nailed that set up the first time because it's running right dead center. It's just these gravels are so fine, they're just tumbling. Tumbling and rumbling. Okay, let's get back to digging. Hey, don't just stand in there, get back to work. This is a team, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Well, welcome back. We're still running, everything's going smoothly. You can see that when Rich and I together, we move some rock. But we're about ready to roll another huge boulder. Just wanted to show he cleaned out under it as best he could. But you can see how them rocks are still compressed. Right now, the only one really holding it up is there. And so, because we're almost done, I think what we're going to do is together just give her a good old shove and let her roll down. So push it.
I'm not going to push her, I'm easy.
You know, you mean actually? One more. Oh yeah, that's enough. You can get behind there now, right?
Yeah, look at it.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh, look at those gravels. Nice gravels. So, and you can see the sticks were getting caught on it. Right here. That's from that last flood. Oh, goodness. There's got to be a nug under there. So, I would say we'll just clean this out and we'll probably be done for the day. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know about Rich.
No, because I'm digging it all.
Yeah.
Just show me.
Well, you can see here.
That's sleeping.
These are the gravels Rich moved. But don't worry, I did some work too. I did these. These are mine. Those are Rich's. Well, actually, these are mine. But you want me to maybe see if we can both mold that one more time?
I think we can do it.
Okay. Let me set these down.
Okay, watch that. Let's pick up the rock real quick, huh?
Yeah! Howdy, welcome back. Well, we're done for the day. We're packing things up. We just finished our second clean out. And Rich is here. He's pulling back, and you can see we got some nice gold here. He's also already pulled some others back. But we got everything from micro dots to small flakes to that big old nugget. And then that nug. And you can see we moved some. You found another nug?
Oh.
Is that a good one?
Yeah, man, there's gold in that pan.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a nug. So you can see we moved some rock. And excuse me, a lot of these we rolled that big old boulder down just like we did that one. Here's all our tailings. And basically it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'm going to not reclimate this today because all I have to do is roll those in because I'm planning on coming out here on Monday. Now Mark, who has, let's see your concentrates, Mark.
That's what I'm taking.
He's got quite a bit of concentrates in there. He's going to have some fun playing with that. That is the big difference, Mark, with minor moss in these new fancy high-tech mats. You got a lot more concentrates. So, you know, you can either pan it by playing it, practice your panning. I personally would run it through your Miracle mat and then do your gold wheel, which is still the small thing with the Miracle mat. Now he's going to do the same thing, Mark is. So you can see he moved some rock. I had to show him a couple quick techniques to break that barrier, because them rocks, as you found out, them rocks are packed in there tight, huh? So once you get one or two free, then you can kind of pry them and get them loose. But it was a beautiful day. We pretty much had the place to ourselves for most of the time. But we're going to finish getting packed up, and we're going to get this cleaned up. Find me that nug. Gold Rush 21. Howdy! Well, I just dropped Rich off and heading back. And I gotta say, it's always a good day to meet up with a friend and catch up, hear how things are going, his plans, how life is handling everything, and with him. And yeah, it was a good day. I needed a good day, and getting to spend time with Rich always does it for you. So we got out of there just in time. We knew the weather was supposed to start dropping down a little bit of much needed rain. So heading home, gonna get me a little snack of something, and then I'm gonna get the cleanup done, and hopefully we found the nug. Value your friends, people. It's a good day. Always a good day when you get to hang with your friends. Gold Rush 21. Well, howdy. It's the next morning. I didn't get a chance. Well, I had a chance. I just didn't want to do the cleanup last night. I was tired. Rich and I we moved a lot of dirt, and you know, we decided that we were going to chase the bigger gold. So we're going to see what happens. We've seen flakes, but right now I'm running it in the wheel, and yeah, let me show you what we got going here. All right, so this is my gold wheel, and you've seen it before. Some people have said, oh, you can't get the flour gold with this, and you guys have seen I can, but the trick is to have it adjusted to where the black sand makes it up. I always count about 3 rings before the hole, and it seems to be working, and I definitely see gold in there already. I don't think you're going to be able to see it, but there's our nugget we found. But anyway, we still got a lot of concentrates to go through. Yes, I'm just drinking coffee this morning. But one thing I do know about this, and I learned from the time using it, give it a chance to clean itself out. Sometimes I overload it, and I always save the tailings. I have a 5-gallon bucket full of them, and eventually I'm going to use my blue bowl to play with it. Good rainy day, winter rainy day project. But for now, we'll get the rest of this run, and we'll show you what we got. Gold Rush 21. Howdy, welcome back. Well, I'll show you the cleanup here in a second. Kind of I don't know. I don't know what silver looks like, but I had a lot of it in there. Tomorrow when I go for Labor Day, I'm going to go back. I think I'm going to go back to where the area I was when my original pump burned out. We got some good gold here, but nothing like I was hoping for, because we moved a lot of gravel. But I'm really curious about what I mean. I found lead and picked it up, but I kept some of the pieces in there that, and of course they don't go anywhere. I dump them in my bucket. But let me show you what we got, and most of all, it was a great day. So let's take a look and see what that is. Howdy, hey. Well, this is our cleanup. You can see we did get some larger flakes there on the left, and all the way down to a bunch of micro dots on the right. And yeah, not a horrible day, but we've had better. It's kind of hard to tell because the larger flakes, you know, look how many of those micro dots it would take to make one of those larger flakes. But what I'm really curious about are those. Now you can see on the, you know, about the 4 o'clock position, the lower, there's lead. But these they look like silver, and they got some weight to them. It was tough to get them away from the gold. But I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out someday. But yeah. Okay, so as you can see, you know, not an exuberant amount of gold. It was a blast. It was. I could have just went down there with Rich, and we could have just sat in chairs and BS'd all day, and it would have been just as good. This is just the icing on the cake. But we had a good time. Always fun. And like I said, you know, the information you get from them, we had to try. So I'll go back on Monday. I'll reclimate that hole, and I'll take the operation back where I was when the pump first burned out, because I got some pretty good gold for only panning, you know, about a third of a bucket. So we'll give that a shot tomorrow. Not going to spend the whole day there, of course, because, you know, I'm still a little sore today. Sucks getting old. But hope you're all having a great weekend. Thanks for watching. And have a great day. Gold Rush 21.